Thank you all for joining us on this Tuesday afternoon, a beautiful day. Go Knights go. See if they can pull off a Game 7. That was a really rough game to watch for those of you that watched it the other night. But this is an exciting day for Nevada State College. I'm excited for you to be here. I want to acknowledge, before we get started, some of the special guests that are here with us today. First of all, Congresswoman Susie Lee is here with us today. Thank you, Representative Lee. Appreciate you coming from Washington. We have three of our regents here with us today. Regent Patrick Carter, Regent Laura Perkins, and Regent Sam Lieberman. Thank you. From the Nevada System of Higher Education, we have Joy Holiday here with us today, so thank you for coming today. Representing the Lieutenant Governor, Christina Lopez is here with us today. And of course, we have our own Clark County Commissioner, Jim Gibson. Thank you. The Clark County School District Chief of Staff, Jennifer Cupid McCoy, is with us. Although I didn't meet her, so. Is Jennifer here? Not yet. Okay. Of course, from the LVGA, the CEO and President, Jonas Peterson. Thank you for being here. And I will introduce other guests as they arrive. Do we have any other chamber representatives here? Just want to make sure I don't miss. Oh, great. And I think we have met before. You're from Boulder City, right? Yes, Boulder City Chamber, Jill Roland Lagan. Thank you. From the State Board of Education, Felicia Ortiz is here. Thank you. And we have the founding Dean of the School of Education at Nevada State, Francine Mayfield, is here. There you are. All right, we have many of our foundation board members as well as President's Advisory Committee members, and I will introduce those folks at a later stage of the program. So all of you that have served on the Teachers Now campaign committee, would you please stand if you're here with us today? Teachers Now committee. Don't make me call you out. Elaine, Bob. All right, thank you. Also with us today, our Provost, Vicki Shields. Thanks. And we have two of our deans, Dean Andy Kuniyuki. Appreciate you being here. And Dean Dennis Potoff, who I'll introduce in just a moment. All right, this will be a fairly brief program. And why are we here? We're here to celebrate a milestone at Nevada State College. We have exciting news to share about our Teachers Now campaign. And to make that announcement is Clark County Commissioner and Chair of our Teachers Now campaign, Jim Gibson. Jim.
Thank you, Bart. So 2 years ago, we embarked on a campaign to change the way that we deliver teacher education in Nevada with our Teachers Now campaign. I'm pleased to announce that our campaign has reached 75% of its goal. It's a $12 million goal, so we're $9 million along the way, which qualifies us for things that the legislature approves and dollars that follow those approvals that give you a building. And that is a huge, huge accomplishment for us. And we thank all of you who have made the difference in the lives of so many at Nevada State College, and frankly, the impact that the successes of the School of Education will have as we fund both programs in addition to the building, but programs and scholarships for students who attend there will just reflect itself all the way through the entire Clark County School District and the school districts around the state. It isn't just a Southern Nevada issue and initiative. We are short teachers. We need to train them well. We need to change the way we train them. And Nevada State College has determined how that might be done, and many have bought into it. So we announced today that we're going public with this campaign. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, Jim, and thanks for all your work on the campaign. You know, to reach that goal, I mean, depends on where you're at as a university or a college, but for a young college that's 17 years in, to be able to raise that kind of funding, it's a challenge. And we rely on really great donors that have a connection to the college, have a connection to our community, and those are the best folks. So at some point, during this whole process, assuming the legislature approves that, we'll have an opportunity to roll out and have an announcement of those donors. But for now, I want to thank all of the foundation folks and members of the President's Advisory Council. And if you've been a prior donor or if you've served on the Advisory Council, there are many of those folks with us today. And I'll try to name all of those and hopefully get all of them. But our former chair, Glenn Christensen, is here. Former chair, David Grant of the foundation is here. Our current chair, Marilyn Jensen, is here. Hannah Brown, who's been with us a long time. Teresa Conley, Bobby Ellis, Jim Gibson, Walter Hashimoto, Elaine Hodgson, Allison Kasner, Rick Smith. I know I'm going to forget somebody. Who did I forget? Raise your hand. Don't be bashful. Vicki Van Metren. Got it. Felicia Ortiz is on the President's Advisory Council. So really appreciate all of your involvement. It's all of these folks that together that makes a college like this really thrive. And wow, if we really thrive, right? The second fastest growing in the country, a 30% growth rate in the last 2 years. We would double in size every 5 or 6 years at this growth rate. That's why this building and this campaign were so desperately needed, not only for the growth of education, but for the growth of the college itself. But to talk about the building, I'd like to welcome to the podium School of Education Dean Dennis Potoff.
Good afternoon. Wow. Just wow. What an exciting day. What an exciting day for the School of Education, for our whole campus. Just to start with, I have the honor of serving as the Dean of the School of Education, which is a great honor for me, and have a chance to say a few things on behalf of the School of Education. Really proud of our faculty and the work they're doing and the team we're building. It's really an exciting time for the School of Ed. This campaign and this building campaign and the other parts of it took me back to something I was a part of several years ago at another place where we were thinking about how we explain what we're doing and what we value, and came up with 3 things. I want to say just briefly 3 things about what we came up with. First thing was that learning matters. Learning matters. Institutions of higher education are a place of learning. Our focus, our locus of focus is in K-12 schools. Learning is at the bedrock of everything we do. And this new building has the potential to be a tremendous place for learning and for our students. The building, the second one was place matters. Well, I tell you this both ways. On the one hand, this is just a building. It's just a building. I mean, it's just bricks and, but that's not really what it is. It's a place where really great things can happen in this building. And it's going to be a huge step forward for our campus, for our entire campus, and for our School of Education. Just a few things, it's going to, we are poised to open our first master's degree in speech-language pathology. There's a huge need for speech-language pathologists in our state. We are last in the country in speech pathologists per capita. It's an opportunity to build out our first master's in a hugely important, and that's going to happen in that building in the speech clinic. As a part of that, we're going to be serving adults and children who have exceptionalities in the areas of speech and language. That's not a building. That's a really powerful place now, right? That building also is going to have an early childhood center. We're working to create the first inclusive early childhood education program in our state. It'll be a combination of, it's a combination of an early childhood program for kids that are developmentally at the appropriate level, but also that program will combine also a program for kids whom have exceptionalities at those early ages that have been identified. That's a powerful place. That's not just mortar and brick. That's a powerful place. And then the labs and the classrooms and all those kind of things in there. We're so excited to have a chance to use this place for really, really important stuff. And then the last one is people matter. I kind of go back to, I just really can't understand and imagine how we can't have enough teachers for our kids, number one. We have to find a way. Our state has to find a way to find enough teachers for our kids. That's it. Whatever that takes, however bold we have to be. This new building is bold. It's one step, but we need more. Our state's going to have to be really bold to find enough teachers with the growth that this state is projecting. You saw the slide, 26% growth in our state's population. That would only be about another 100,000 kids in southern Nevada. That would only be probably about 50 more new schools. Okay? So bold, this campaign is bold, but we need to be bold as a state, as an entire state on education, K-12 education. And what are we going to do? How are we going to do this? We can do it. We need to do it. We have to do it. Okay? So, learning matters a whole bunch. And I just want to say, as the part of the people matter, the people in this room matter a lot. There's people in this room that have given. For those of you that are donors and foundation members that work so hard on this campaign, thank you. Just know that what you're doing is going to make a big difference. And for the architects, they're back there in the corner. If you haven't seen the rendering of the building, if you haven't wandered back there yet, this can be a special place. This is going to be a really special place. And the architects have done a phenomenal job of involving our faculty in this project and allowing us to help create what this place is going to be like. So that whole team has just been powerful. Our faculty have been great in being involved. Our leadership team, the president, the provost, we've had tremendous support from our whole campus. Now what we have to do, the challenge for us, is to take advantage of this. This is a wonderful opportunity for our school. It's a wonderful opportunity for our institution. Now we got to make it work, right? Now we got to go to work, doing the work, finding more teachers, helping our state address the needs we have. Thanks for being here. Thanks for caring about kids first. I still ascribe to that theory, the quality of of a society can be determined by what they do for their children. This is for children. This big picture, this is for kids, okay? And so with that in mind, enjoy this afternoon. Thank you, President Patterson and Provost Shields, for your support, for all the others here who have been a part of this. Let's go for it. Let's get this thing done.
So how many faculty and staff do we have from the School of Education? I see several of you here. Thank you so much for what you do. Thanks for being here today. So when Dennis first came on board, what's that been, 3 or 4 years ago now? 4 years ago, I told him, we really appreciate you accepting this position. What I'd really like to do is triple or quadruple the size of the education program. This is true. And he said, okay, how fast do you want to do that? And I said, fast. How fast can you do it? But I told him that we would seek the resources and make the college's #1 commitment to try to grow the education program because of the importance in the Valley. We had just finished really quadrupling the size of the nursing program. And we knew that was the next big focus that we needed to commit to for the state need. So we're at that stage now. We're with the $6 million match that we have. We've thus far been very successful in the legislature in having that recognized as a priority of the state. It was in the governor's budget. The legislature has been positive in capital improvement hearings thus far. The capital budget process closes, we believe, on May 24th. At that point, it's very unlikely that if it's in the budget, it would get taken out. So I think we'll all start to breathe on May 24th. We also, in combination with CSN, had a building funded for a health sciences building at CSN that we will share that building. So it's a big year legislatively for the college, and we're in excellent shape. So the building was the first part of that campaign, and the next two parts of the campaign have been related to developing programs and scholarships. And one of those, as Dennis announced, was the Master's in Speech Pathology, and the other is the Early Childhood Education Program. This building also gives us the opportunity to open a new data sciences degree because it frees up space that we can start to create that degree as well. So it's not just education that's benefited by this program. So these kinds of programs will bring great success to the students at Nevada State College, and we're excited about that. And we know we need to get students interested earlier in education. So we want to make sure you understand the Teacher Academy concept and what that's all about. And we have Dr. Lisa Lowe here as Assistant Principal at SECTUS, Southwest Career Technical Academy, to talk a little bit about that teacher program. So Dr. Lowe.
Thank you all for having me, and this is where the fun begins. So before I start, though, it really is a beautiful two-way communication between Nevada State College and Dr. Potoff and Dr. Robinson and my fellow administrators, Helen Money, Carrie Leonard, Ryan Cordia. If it weren't for the countless hours of communication and really thinking about what our school was about and what our school really needed, I don't think we'd be as successful as we are today. It started out with a viewpoint that we want to grow our own educators in the state of Nevada. And how are we going to do that? As a high school, we have freshmen come in. We're a career and technical education. So what we do is we take students and we offer them certificates and career paths other than universities and with universities. So if you want to be a builder, if you want to be a construction person, we have a major with education, which is why I'm here today to celebrate with you all. You've got this beautiful facility that's going to be built. We're in the same process. We're building a teacher academy, which we have already broken ground, and it's absolutely exciting. It'll be state of the art. For our students coming in, we bring in 30 freshmen a year. In those 30 freshmen, this is the first year. We're in our third year. So as this year, it's 30 students who have picked education and training as their #1 choice. So before that, we have had second and third choice, and we've taken those students and we've molded them into teachers. But now, this year coming up, the whole 1920 year will be a banner year with our new construction. So what we want to do in teaching and training is we want to take them from freshmen with teaching and training 1. We want to take them into sophomore year teaching and training 2. By third year, we have partnered with Nevada State College, and we're offering EDU 220 and 214, as well as other classes. When our education students graduate, they will have anywhere from 16 to 24 hours dual credit ready to come to you all so that they can continue their education. So what we are hoping that we're doing, we're giving our students and our educators especially a ground that we're offering them the education classes in a facility that they are comfortable. They've got teachers that are caring. They've got guidance counselors that know their needs. They're moving from being educators in a wonderful environment to kind of come to college where it's not that hard stop, hard start. They're kind of just continuing to grow on. They're used to education classes. They're used to what they're learning. And then they graduate from you all and they go back into our system as Nevada residents. So our whole goal at SECTA, we feel, is to create and share. And with the help of all of you here, especially Dr. Potoff and Dr. Robinson, who work so closely with us, we're hoping that every year we're going to be giving you 30 students that are then going to develop and become teachers in our system. So thank you all.
So SECT has been a terrific partner, and really because of that success of working with a great partner like SECTA, we've been able to expand that program, and so we will be, as of this fall, in 5 high schools around the valley. 6? Oh, Dennis just added one. Who do we add? Coronado High School. So both Foothill and Coronado added for this fall, so that's exciting. Scholarships are also very important to our students. 61% of our students are Pell Grant eligible. It's a phenomenal number, which means those are the lowest income students that come to college are Pell eligible. Our education students have a greater percentage of what we call needs not met than other majors. And that means they have less funding from their parents, or less funding from grants and loans to be able to be successful in education. So scholarships can make a huge impact on a student being able to graduate. So we do have a student with us to talk about the impact of their scholarship support. So please welcome Minty Potter. And Minty was explaining the dyslexia exhibit and Special Olympics, special education
really
exhibit.
well.
I didn't do well on that, but it was eye-opening. Thank you.
Well, first let me clarify, my name really is Minty. And guess what? I'm from Las Vegas, and I am not a stripper. I know you're shocked. So what has the scholarship meant for me? As a single mom, there was no way I could go back to school without that. As a parent, I have received the benefits of people who have graduated through your education program for my children. I have had teachers who have influenced not only myself, but my children. Your program, amazing. Is it in ECTA as well? It is through there that I have met some of your graduates who inspired me to take the leap, to come back, to go and do what I've always wanted to do, which was become a speech pathologist. I'm almost there. And because you have implemented this master's program, I get to do this too. Not just my kids, but me. And I know I'm old, but that's okay. We're never too old to learn. Are we ever too old to learn? Absolutely not. That's why we're here. And with that building, it's amazing how much it will benefit not just me as a student, but our community. There's a great deficit here. I see it right now in the middle of my practicum. There are more students than we have people to serve them. And this program, the goals that you have set are going to help. As a student, I'm excited, but as a mother of 2 teenagers who are starting their life here, I am so grateful, so very grateful. Your scholarships allow those who have the dream and the ability to go and do and to become more. And I appreciate it more than I could ever express. Thank you. Thank you for all that you do and all that you continue to do. It is a blessing to this community, or to speak in Vegas terms, this is a sure bet. Go ahead and take it. Thank you.
Just before we go on, I wanted to make sure I recognize some guests that came in. So now we do have the CCSD Chief of Staff, Jennifer Cupid McCoy. Thank you for joining us. And my friend Peter Guzman, President, Latin Chamber of Commerce. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Minty, and I think, you know, I've heard so many stories of students over the years, and it's what is inspirational to all of us here at Nevada State College. And, you know, I've just learned over the years that our students are our best ambassadors. Just let them talk, and they have great things to say. I want to invite the representatives of the Council of Chambers forward for a brief presentation. I'm not sure who's going to make that presentation on behalf of the chambers, but anybody? Looks like Jonas got the short straw.
thank you. All right, yeah. Thank you, Bart. Friends, here's what I want you to know. Every now and then an opportunity comes along that is so powerful, the benefit, the value proposition is so clear that the entire business community rallies in support. This is that opportunity. I'm pleased to share with you that our board at the Las Vegas Global Economic Alliance, the LVGA 50, has unanimously voted to support the College of Education building at Nevada State. Not only that, but I have the distinct pleasure of chairing the Council of Chambers. This is a unique and powerful group of 7 chambers of commerce. So Latin, Asian, urban, Boulder City, Henderson, Mesquite, Laughlin, all together, this group unanimously supported. Earlier this year, we passed our first resolution. It was this project. These type of opportunities don't come along very often, where you get that level of support from the business community. This is that opportunity. The reason why is really clear. We've done our research. We know that this is a cornerstone of building a stronger economy. It's that simple. Incredibly excited for the achievements that are here today and that are ahead. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
And I'd also like to recognize our foundation chair, Marilyn Jensen, who's here with us today. And she has some comments that she would like to make on behalf of the foundation. So, Marilyn.
Thank you, Bart. I have to put this down. Well, thanks to everybody for all of their support. Certainly, it's heartening to see all of the community come together for our building, and not only just the building, just to support education in Nevada in general. We know that this is going to change our landscape, and certainly from the foundation perspective, we clearly see that we have our work cut out for us over the next several years to continue to grow and to support the college and the students and the faculty and just the education in the state across Nevada. So while we're celebrating today, we do, however, have some things that we'll be asking all of you to help us with. It never ends, right? So we are going to be sending a communication from our advancement team. It's a follow-up. And what we'd like to do is ask all of you whether or not you have some additional ideas about where we can continue to reach out to the community, to reach out for help. You know, we still have $3 million left to go. So if you have some ideas that you could share with us, we'd really appreciate that. And we'll be happy to follow up on those. And, you know, one thing we haven't done is we've talked a lot about all of our donors. And, you know, of course, we thank them a lot. But I'd also like to thank the advancement team, because behind all of the work that happens here, we have an amazing advancement team here at the college. And they do a lot of heavy lifting. So Aaron, to you and the team, and Diana and Holly, we really do appreciate all of the work you do. So I'd like to, I had the pleasure of welcoming a good friend of mine and a good friend of the state of Nevada, Congresswoman Susie Lee. She's going to come up and talk to us. She's a friend of education, not only in the state, but also for the whole United States. She's done some amazing things in her first 100 days and has made education a priority. So I think we're very happy to have you here and look forward to hearing what you have to say. Thank you.
Wow. First of all, looking around this room and seeing the types of leaders that have been there from day one when it's come to education and our needs in our state, and knowing that they're here gives me great hope. And then when I hear someone like Minty talk, I'm like, I want to go be your student. I mean, incredible. Like that energy and that passion. We're so fortunate that we have an institution right here in our community that provides an alternative for people that are so valuable and have such talent. And I know that you're going to make such an impact on so many lives in our community. And so thank you. I mean, it's incredible. I moved here when I was 4, so I've been here for 25 years. And when I first moved here, I decided that I wanted to be a teacher. So I call up UNLV, and I'm not, UNLV does a great job, but this was 25 years ago. And I say, I want to be a teacher. And it was, you're going to have to go to school for 4 more years. And you're going to have to start taking element. And I was like, forget it. So I did the next best thing. I went and started nonprofits that help students in schools in our community. And, Nevada, for the time I've been here, except for our recession, has always been playing catch up. We got in the business of building schools. We lost track of, it's not that we lost track, we just didn't have the capacity. And now we are stuck with trying to figure out how to do that. At the same time, we're back in that high growth period. And the thing I love the most about this state is that you never need an invitation to make a difference in Nevada. And to me, that's what this new school represents. And when we look at our teacher shortage, and many of us have worked with our most at-risk students and understood that they were paying the price. Because when you get into this hot long-term substitute situation, when you see where our most qualified teachers want to go, it's our most at-risk students in our most at-risk neighborhoods that suffer the most. And the thing I love about Nevada State College is the teachers who you're teaching represent the students who we are teaching. The diversity and making sure that those teachers are going back into our community. And to me, that is what is so valuable about this school. I mean, it's quality preparation, preparing a diversity of teachers that represents the diversity of the students that they're teaching. And probably the most important thing about this is the building of our community. Because when 90% of the teachers who you're training end up going back to our community, they come from Nevada and they stay in Nevada. And to me, that is what the future, and that's the promise of this building. So I couldn't be happier to come here and support you. But, I need to do my part in Washington and make sure that, I'm fighting efforts to roll back student aid, to make sure that our students have access to the Pell Grants and the loans that they need to attend colleges. And also oversee, these predatory schools that are offering low quality alternatives to students where they're thinking, I can do this instead of coming to a quality institution right here in our community. And then, we have to pay teachers more. We have to focus on our overcrowded classrooms. I was really proud. We just did a Rebuild the Schools Act. And I got a passage in that we will study the impact of overcrowding on performance. So many times that gets, it's still a debate, which I don't understand how it's a debate, but I want to make sure it's not a debate anymore. Because when you identify a problem, then you can start to identify the solution. And so anyway, when I come out to Nevada State College, to me, this is a gem in the desert. And the ability to identify our most pressing issue, which is education, for incredible leaders across this community who have been working year in and year out. I see you all, we've all been on every advisory committee ever invented. To know that you can come together and actually produce a solution. And that's what this building's about, and that's what this program's about. So thank you all for the hard work, and can't wait to help support you in Washington. Thanks.
Thank you, Representative Lee. And I think that diversification of teachers is a really important point. Superintendent Jara was just reported to have spoken to the NAACP, I think it was the NAACP, yes, and about the need to work with Nevada State College and UNLV on diversifying more teachers. We have an HSI grant specifically devoted $2.7 million grant, the first in state history, that's specifically devoted to diversifying the teacher pipeline. So we're all in on that subject. It's a really important thing to be doing. Well, it was an exciting day. We love the opportunity that we have to change lives every day, and you for being a part of it. So thank you for being here. Please stay and mix and look at the different exhibits that we have, get something to drink, something to eat. And again, thank you for being here, and be bold, be great, and be straight. Let's go.